is Michelle Carnahan, and I work in pharmaceutical sales. I started riding while I was in college and actually got my first horse. I looked in the newspaper and found a horse. I knew I wanted a gelding, which is a castrated male. Depending on what sport you want to do, whether it's barrel racing or Western pleasure, or I do sorting, so you actually find someone who is training horses to compete, then you buy those horses that actually have experience.
Camel ready? 9, camel number 9.
In your words, can you explain ranch sorting? Because I know it can be a confusing sport for some people to understand.
Yes, in ranch sorting, you actually use heifers or calves, and they are numbered on their backs from 0 to 9. And there are 2 cows in the group that are actually not numbered, that are called trash cows. They're in a small pen, and you have 60 seconds to sort those cows consecutively. For example, if they call the number 2, then in 60 seconds you sort as many cows as you can from 2 on.
Sorry, team, no time. We will have a camel change.
To some people, your yell is quite famous because, 1, it works, and 2, I don't think they expected that loud of a yell.
Well, sometimes when you're in what's referred to as the hole, you have a pen and you're sending your cows through 8 to 14 foot gap. If you let one of the cows that are not in order come through, then your time's over. So when you have a cow coming to you that is not your number and you want to stop it, sometimes the best way to do that is wave your hands or yell. For me, it's yell.
How often do you compete, and what are some of the places that you go to?
Well, actually right now I'm competing every weekend, anywhere from Texas to Mississippi to Louisiana to Arkansas. It really just depends on the show and where it's at. We have a horse trailer that actually holds 4 horses and our tack. And in the front of the horse trailer, we actually have a very small living compartment that we can stay in when we're gone more than one night.
What can you win at these competitions?
You can win money, which is the best prize for me personally. You can also win buckles. You can win ribbons. You can win saddles, saddle pads, halters, water buckets. There's really no limit to what you can win, but primarily the prize is money.
What is the proper attire that you have to wear in order for you to compete?
I would say 85% of the shows require that you wear a button-down Western shirt, a Western hat, blue jeans, boots. Your shirt does have to be tucked in, so it's always wise to wear a belt as well. I would recommend it to other people if they enjoy competing and they have a means to actually go and compete. As much as it requires, it takes a lot of practice to get your time down to where you can compete either locally or nationally. When I first started giving lessons, I did it because there were so many people that asked me, and I felt like I had a way to handle a horse that would benefit others. But as I've moved forward giving lessons, I've realized that I've also been able to teach youth life lessons about perseverance, working hard, being determined, and staying with a goal. You actually think when you start that they're going to benefit from actually riding a horse. But what I didn't recognize very early on was that these kids actually build a bond with animals, and it can be a sort of therapy for kids. I've actually had an autistic child, a child with limited hearing, and a child who came from an abusive situation. And in all 3 cases, the horse therapy or taking lessons helped that child gain confidence to move forward in life. I would say that even more than friendship, it's a family. When my sons were small, we actually had such a strong connection with people that we sorted and rode with that they helped raise our children, and I felt like it was a healthy environment for my kids to grow up in, and I have formed some lifelong friendships.